How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Appreciate you coming out. We are going to be talking about tiny ham radios today. Tiny ham radios. There's a lot of really small ham radios on the market, but are they any good? That is what we'll find out today. So, thanks for clicking on the Ham Radio Crash Course, and we'll get started soon. Enjoy the memes.
There we go. Primary mic is now on. All right, well, we'll just repeat the opening and I'll cut the beginning again. So, hey! How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Today, tiny ham radios. We're going to be reviewing them because we all love them, but are they any good? And that's the real question. So, man, let's get started. All right, how's it going, everybody? Thanks for clicking on the Ham Radio Crash Course. I am Josh, KI6NAZ, and again, we are going to be talking about tiny radios. Not like this radio. This radio is huge in comparison to the radios we're going to be talking about. No. We're going to be talking about small ham radios, and that's what this is all about. Because some of them are really good. Some of them, not so much, and that is definitely something we need to talk about. But I've got a couple of things to hit before we do that. Our buddy Ham Radio DX is still going live on his 24-hour contest period. So if you'd like to hop on over there while you're watching me, you can do that in the background. Just pull that up and say, "Hi, Hayden." Josh says hi. Or hi from the HRCC. Your call, either way. But let's give him some love. You can see it in his eyes. He's getting a little tired there, so he can use all the support that we can give him. You see he's scratching his eyes there, poor guy. You're almost through it, Hayden. Hang in there, buddy. Andrew V, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. All right. Let's do another shout out here. Our friend Rolly. Rolly is a active DX operator, DXpedition, kind of a one-man DXpedition. He goes around the Pacific working on radio stations, and when he's out there, he often will activate from his very remote locations. Well, he's got a friend in Papua New Guinea he's going through the process of getting him licensed, and he'd like to get him set up with a modest ham station and the appropriate off-grid capability so that he can run from there and help us all make contacts with his location. The link is in the description to go check it out. There's a very nice little story there that Rolly put together, explaining all about Isaac and trying to get him set up there. So the link is there right in the beginning of the description. So if you'd like to check that out, please do so. All right, thanks. And, of course, we just want to let you know Ham Radio Crash Course is supported by hamtactical.com. It's the merch store my wife runs, and it's finally happened. The hats exist in gray, black, and white. So if you are interested in that, go to hamtactical.com. All right. What else do we need to hit? Yeah, I think I will mention, to go along with your tiny radio, you may want to pick up a tiny antenna, and I'll be showing the most recent Atom antenna that I built, K6 ARK portable antennas. Link is in the description to Amazon to buy one of those. They're very inexpensive. It's actually a pretty easy build. I did it with Atom on a live stream a couple of months ago, and I built another one up in 30-40 minutes. I haven't ran the wire yet, just the matching coil, but not the matching coil, the matching transformer, but all in all, pretty good. Okay, let's head on over here to talk about what's going on. Well, we've got a wealth of radios, and I'm going to slide over. I've got another camera set up. Not a good one, but another one. That's all I'll say about that. Another camera is what I got. So we've got a smattering of tiny radios, and I already talked about how, for instance, this Lab 599 you see here is actually just a behemoth of a radio when you start looking at these tiny radios. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. And we're also going to come up with a methodology for testing them to see how effective they are. But first, I am going to have a beverage. So we're drinking a 2021 Cherrywood, Bourbon County. These are relatively rare. You don't just pop to the local store and pick one of these up. So I'm actually pretty excited to try this out. This Lab 599 I got at Hamvention this year, and I have not really used it that much, to be honest. Cool radio. It fills a lot of boxes for some folks, right? Because it's water resistant / waterproof. There's a nice little spectrum display. It does digital modes. It does a smattering of things, but I don't know. I find it in this weird location where sometimes if I needed something like that, I'd probably just grab the 818 or the 705. Most likely would be the one I would get. But today, no. We're talking about radios like the whole kit. Your whole kit fits in a bag like this. We'll be talking about what's in this little kit here in a little bit. But yeah, the radio, the antenna, the headphones, and the key are all in this little bag for radio that we'll test. Don't expect a lot, but thought we'd talk about it. Okay, so there you go. Now you got the idea of what we're trying to do out here. First things first, let me clear the bench. I wanted to show you just some size comparisons first before we do that, though. So there's the TrueSDX in comparison to size for people get an idea of how small some of these radios are. They're baby radios, not necessarily for babies, but they are very small. This is the Venus 3 SW3 band, right, in comparison to the Lab 59 Discovery. But the TrueSDX is always like the one that cracks me up because it's just so small. But anyway, you get the idea. All right, let's get this big chungus out of here. When you call the the Lab 59 Discovery a big chungus, it's pretty funny. All right, let's get that out of the way. It's taking up so much room here. Sometimes I find that helps when we talk about some of these radios. So I have got a tablet over here with a spreadsheet, and we're going to try to keep track of some of the numbers as we go through things. And yes, we are going to be doing a couple of different things. Oh my gosh, ham radio hef, you are so right. You are so right. I have to remedy that. I have to remedy that problem. All right, so we have a bit of a tablet here that we're going to use for capturing data as we go, and we do want to have an idea of what we're comparing at the end, right? So we can do that. But I have to do a show and tell thing, otherwise this is going to be insane. I have to do this, so I will pause. I must go run and grab this. I'll be right back. Okay, thanks for the reminder on that one. I think a lot of you know I love challenge coins. I have a couple of ones here, the POTA coin, etc. People send them to me or they give them to me. I got that one at Hamvention. Got a couple in the mail today, and they are truly something to talk about. First is the Systems Operation Office. I gotta zoom in here so you can see it because it's pretty big, not the biggest. The Leo Mission Management. Mission Operations. Okay. So that's a nice one. How about this one, guys? This is a challenge coin. The Afloat Ground Training Group. This is a challenge coin. Like, I've never seen a challenge coin that big. So I have radios that are bigger, that are smaller than this. I literally have a radio that's smaller than this. So I'm going to leave that off to the side a little bit. For anybody asking, I am running Apple numbers, but it's the same concept as Sheets. You can do the same thing. All right. So first things first, I'm going to go through these, and we're going to test power output on transmit. We're going to do a test on draw when it's in receive and when it's on transmit. And then we'll do an audio test, potentially, depending. We don't want to start with that one. Let's start with the SW3 band. So this is a... I had a feeling this would be a problem with some of these, but we'll make it work. And we are going to go into a dummy load. once we get the key connected. We'll use this Air Force Space Intelligence key or coin to lift that up a little bit so you can see the screen. All right, so what do we got? We've got a 0.16 amp draw on receive, and we are going into a dummy load. I will flip over here so you can see the wide view. And we've got straight up 5 watts power output, and we're pulling about 0.72 amps. So we're doing draw. So what I should have done is actually we're going to need new column before, and we're going to do TX draw. Well, that's not good. Oh man, this is all just all over the place. Good enough, we'll know the difference. Okay, so transmit, receive draw was 0.16, and transmit was 0.72. And the output on 20 was 5 watt. Does that make sense, what we're going to do here? Makes sense, hopefully? Oh, wow. Thank you for the super chat, guys. Christiana. Oh, man, it's good to hear, Christiana. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, this is... There you go. Yeah, good to hear. Stay healthy. Do your best there. Appreciate it. And Ham Radio Hef, thank you for the super chat. You had a bit of a sticker there that says Woot. Thank you for that. All right. So very good. Not much draw on the SW3 band, and we'll actually flip things around in a little bit and do an audio tone test, ideally into a software-defined radio that is remote. Otherwise, we'll do it into my radio here at home so you guys can hear the audio. Some of these radios are single sideband as well, so we'll be testing that as well. But it's good to get a baseline with something that is just a constant tone, full duty cycle like CW to give you the kind of the full ranges. That tastes like a Bourbon County. Sometimes I don't know why I get that. Maybe a little too hot for a really thick bourbon barrel aged imperial stout. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to that. Output on 40. No, we need to do that. So let's do that as well. Okay. 7.2, we're, again, dummy load. It doesn't matter. We're going to transmit directly in. And we've got, 6 watts. 6 watts output. No. No. Okay. You had your chance. All right, I want to go back now, actually. Go back to 20 and test it again. It's also 6 watts. So we had 6. All right, so there's the first one out of the way. What time we got? Oh, we're still... you know what? I may be able to actually get through all these and do some of the fun stuff I had planned. All right, so there's that one. I linked all these radios in the description in case you want to pick one of these up. I have to say, I really am a fan of the SW3B. The only thing I don't like about this radio is that the nubs, they're all proud. Everything sticks out, and so you almost need to 3D print a case. I believe, I could be wrong, Adam K6ARK has made a 3D print. Adam's been on fire with his 3D prints lately, and so go check those out. All right, so fan favorite, actually everybody's favorite. We'll do this next. The Mountaintopper. Everybody loves the Mountaintopper, and with good reason. It is a really, really cool radio. 3-band. I also have the 4-band that we'll pull out. And make sure we attach... Oop. I have to do a change here. Let me explain. I don't want to feed that 13 watts. We instead need to put a 3S LiPo on this, because we need to give it much less voltage. Cannot take the 13.8. So I have a 3S LiPo here. It is running at 12.39. We'll now give it the antenna. Okay, we are on 20 meters. And we are getting 5 watts out. Five watts out, and it is... It's not even registering. It's not even registering any draw in amps. That's crazy. What's up with that? Is that right? Okay, watch. Ready? So it is putting out the full power, 5 watts, but it's like barely a measurable draw. My sensor is not strong enough, I guess. Wow. WMD, I'm sorry if I'm not giving enough context. So what I'm doing is these radios we're looking at today, they all make claims off of how much power they put out. And some of these radios are less good than others. For instance, this is a TrueSDX that I bought this one, but it has somewhat of a problem with some of the power output. It's not the most efficient that it could be. So you paid for a radio, and you expect it to put out a certain amount of power on transmit, but if it doesn't, what do you do? Or how do you test it? On the flip side, we also want to know how good a radio is when you plug it into a battery. Is it like the 3-band Mountaintopper and barely uses any power whatsoever? That's a really good thing. That means you can operate a really long time. And so you can do this at home. I'm not doing anything really fancy other than I have a power meter. This is a high precision watt meter and power analyzer. It goes in between the battery and the radio. And then I have a power meter that is going between the radio coax, the feed line to the coax, and the antenna. In this case, it's going into a dummy load. And then when I key up, you can see the needle. That's the output power. Now, this is just power draw and receive, power draw and transmit, and the actual output power in RF. We will test the audio of the radio both on the receive side and hopefully on the transmit side on the flip side of this, but I got to be moving. All right. So let's do 40 meters. 40 meters. I can't even say what the draw. I don't even know what to put for the draw there, but the draw on it is 0.66 amp, and output is 5 watt. So it's a consistent 5 watt on transmit on both 20 meters and 40 meters. And draws 0.66 amp on transmit, but like nothing on receive, which I'm kind of dubious of. I believe it's it's obviously drawing something, but I believe it's my power meter. However, this guy is supposed to be known for being very, very light on batteries. You can run it for days and not have a problem. And that was on a 12S LiPo, 5 watts on a 12 amp LiPo, which is really good, considering a lot of people run this radio on a 9-volt battery. Also pretty dang good from my point of view. I'm putting back my little baggie here so I can show you all later what's in my tiny go bag. All right, Let's get the Mountaintopper out of there. The only downside of the Mountaintopper is that you have a non-standard power plug. That is the only downside. So he kind of has to live with his power plug, like so. Which, neither here nor there. Nature's Child. Prices, well, we'll talk about that as we go. Because prices vary depending on their actual availability. And some of these are only available on the used market, like the Mountaintopper 3-band, which is just kind of the reality for some of these radios. I will tell you the SW3 band is $180. And the TrueSDX, if you buy it assembled, it comes in at about $130. The Mountaintopper's big brother, this is the 3-bander, the 4-bander, I believe $350. So more expensive for sure. All right. However, we do have one that kind of snuck in. It's not as small. You can see the TrueSDX up against it, right? You can see that as well. Right? You can see it's kind of big, but in consideration, again, comparing it to, you know, a much bigger radio in the Lab 59 Discovery barely fits in the frame. It's thinner, of course, but this is probably the most full-featured radio we'll be looking at today. I'd argue the most capable, too. All right. This one has a RC car type power connector, which is not a downside, just something you have to consider. This guy right here. So we go into the side. And we're going to go back into the power supply for a full 13.8 volt. Turns on automatically, so keep that in mind. Should have probably attached the antenna before anything else, but hey. Okay. And the key is... key is right here. All right. Get her in a CW mode. Whoa. Stop. I might have needed to have this off. You worked when he tested this before. Well, let's take a test. 6 amp out, 1.29, 1.3 on draw. And if we remove the key, 2.9. So that is 0.28. And we got a 1.29. And it was 6. But this actually has an adjustable power that goes all the way up to 10 watts. So we were going to test against that too. Affiliate links below. And sure enough, we get a full 10. Right there. You can see the 10 watts output. So we can state it at its highest, which is 10. There we go. And 40, let's flip it around. Less power. It's got about 7 on 40. And what was the output or the draw power? Draw of 155. So actually it's up from 20 meters, something to keep in mind. Interesting. We're going to go with the highest. In that case, it was 155. Okay. Does that make sense? Ralph, yes, we'll get to that when we get to the audio. Right now, we're just doing the power, but this operates on single sideband and CW. The TrueSDX operates on single sideband and CW, and the rest of them are CW only. Actually, the one more operates on single sideband and CW. Okay. Two more. Oh, did we do the? We didn't do the TrueSDX yet. We gotta do the TrueSDX. Okay. So if you thought the three band's a real small radio, the Mountaintopper 3-band. The brother, the big brother, and really it's just one step up. They make a larger one than even this. It's actually quite a bit bigger. You can see it here. It's a pretty big sized radio, all things considered. I can tell you probably can't see. Okay. Oh, that's right. Oh, this radio. I forgot about this radio. This one has a very specific power cable. That's not the power cable at all. That's the CW key. Well, now I'm curious where I put the power cable. Oh, I totally forgot about this guy. What is the over-under that the... 705 power cable works. Keep that in mind, everybody. I'll show you a close-up to what I'm dealing with, so 1 second. All right. So these are both standard power cables, but this one is slightly a bigger diameter, and it won't fit into this because of the way this case is milled out. I actually do need to go in there and open the aluminum case up a bit to allow connection because it's a bit ridiculous. Is that a radio in the clear plastic bag? No, that's a challenge coin. The biggest challenge coin I've ever seen in my life. All right. Let's give it a key. Well, I don't know what it wants from me because I gave it a mono jack. Yeah, the Disneyland foot races are what I thought of when... Well, now I'm at a loss because I have... It should be auto-sensing. The 3-bander was. Anyway, let's go ahead and move forward with the test. Let's do draw. So 4-band is a 0.11 draw. On transmit, it's wanting to bounce, so we'll give it 5 watts. Oh no, that's 0.3, 0.44. All right. And it was 5 watts on 20. Okay. Same 5-watt output. All right. Nope. There we go. Okay. How we doing? Reading the chat here. Yeah, Cerritos, I did that. So look, you got mono plug. It's a mono plug. I did that. Now it works? Oh, okay. It's still the same. But yes, that was the solution. Don't know why. Maybe I didn't push it in far enough. Okay, so that's that guy. Moving on. We can use this for the next radio. TrueSDX. No, we cannot. TrueSDX has a special power cable too. And it's this guy. So slightly smaller power cable for the TrueSDX. Lonnie Walston wants to know, what is the size difference from the Shegu 5105? How about this? I'll do a lot of your questions. We'll do questions at the end of the show, but I have a feeling we won't have much time for it. Join us on the after chat, and I will answer all of your questions. And I'll do size comparisons and pull out all the fun stuff. Question, so CW allows only transmitting Morse, but does single sideband allow voice communications? Yeah, that's exactly it. Tony Y, that's exactly it. Single sideband is the most popular mode for doing voice transmissions on ham radio. All right. Now, in the case of the TrueSDX, we don't need a Morse code key attached. You can just hold down the PTT, and you should be able to see it is 5 watts output, and it is drawing 0.68 amps. 0.68 amps. .68 on draw and 0.18 on receive. And the output on 20 was 5 watts. Very good. Let's flip this over onto 40. To do that, you go menu, band, go down to 40. All right. And we'll transmit again. Ooh, more power output. Just above 6 watts. And showing a efficiency of 79% about. So I'll give it a 6.5. Not bad. Pretty good. The TrueSDX, remind you, the TrueSDX is a modification of the QCX Mini, which is from QRP Labs. This is kind of a kit radio that was modified in its design to take a QCX and give it single sideband. So you gain all of the CW capability, multi-bandedness, and also voice output. It has an internal microphone. Now, you're not going to like the audio necessarily in and out of this, but hey, DL2MAN's in the house. On the speaker side, it's not got the best audio, but it's a nice thing to have just in case. And the microphone seems to do okay, but it's always better to plug in a microphone if you can, or most likely, a CW key, and definitely headphones. And DL2MAN in the chat there, go watch my video that I did with DL2MAN. It was a lot of fun. All right. Now I have one that, actually I have two, that I'll do just for hilarity's sake because of the size. It is the smallest radio I have, but is it any good? Well, let's find out. So I will disconnect my TrueSDX. As far as like inexpensive radio, if you're interested in getting into CW, I would pick the TrueSDX up. $130 built, pre-built. Gets cheaper if you want to build it your own. Plus, it comes in orange cases. This is the one that was sent to me from Row Waves. This is their updated radio. They're now doing test readouts on the back of it. Very nice, and they go through and put your call sign on. Row Waves, I don't think is yet on the DL2MAN approved list. Mind you, the link in the description for the TrueSDX is DL2MAN's website. So keep that in mind. I would go through his website. Trust DL2MAN. All right. I joked about my my little bag here. So let me show off my little doomsday bag. My doomsday bag. Here it is. Max Edition tiny bag. So here's your CW key. Actually, this is the cable for the CW key. Where's the CW key? CW key is so small, I've already lost it. It's the... Yes. Look at that. Where is it? I realized I forgot to put the link for a lot of this stuff in the description. This is the tiny key, which you can Google. If you Google tiny key, you'll find it. It is literally a tiny Morse code key. Right there. And you can attach the back to it. But it packs away really nicely so that you can have a small little key on the go. Here is just a pair of Skull Candy headphones. And I have an inline volume control. That's really for the 3-band Mountaintopper more than anything. A K6 ARK antenna. This is an NFED, 49-to-1 NFED. Key stuff's in there like that. You already saw the 3S LiPo. This lasts for quite a long time with the 3-band Mountaintopper. This kit kind of is for the 3-band Mountaintopper. But I have something else in here that is just completely crazy. Not good, just crazy. There was a question in the chat. Aren't you afraid that this LiPo will burn? They're pretty sensitive to damage the outer shell. No, I'm not. For the 3-band, for the Mountaintopper 3-band, you need to give it a not really any more than 12.5 volts. It's actually better if it's just 12 volts straight up. And I have found that the LiPos are fine. Yeah, it's a little risky, I guess, doing it that way, way more than LiPos, but I don't want to overvolt my 3-bander. Where was the question? Somebody had a good question in the chat about power draw. Anyway, I'll restate what question was. Why do I care about power draw, meaning the power that the radio is drawing from the battery pack, and power output? Well, ideally, there's going to be a good ratio of output power to draw power, the power that the radio draws from the battery when transmitting. And you generally want to be able to achieve the power that the manufacturers tell you that it can. So we test these radios to make sure that it can do that. So speaking of testing radios to make sure that it can do the claims that people say it does, here is a clone. Yes, it is a clone of the TrueSDR. This is not recommended. I'm showing this because I don't recommend it. All right? Get yourself a TrueSDX. You're going to have a better time, I promise. But this is the smallest radio I have. That is, well, almost the smallest. Smallest transceiver, let's put it that way. This, we're going to show you how it functions. And you might not like it. We'll see. Okay. I don't know if you can pick up that audible tone. It's always vert, vert, vert. This sells for $100, $120 on AliExpress. And it also has a built-in transmitter or a key. So I can hold down the button here, and we get a whole 2 watts of output power at 0.42 amps. 0.42 amp draw. And we get 2 watts on output. What about 40 meters? It promises that it runs on 40 meters. Oh. The clicking is absolutely ridiculous. I'm showing you this so you don't buy it. Nathan. I don't know if you heard the relay click. Now we're on 40 meters, and watch this. Transmit. A quarter of a watt output. Into a dummy load. Not good. That is very bad. So don't buy this. Don't buy this. And so there you go. I wanted to show that. I'm not going to do any more testing on this. I just wanted to show you that I did include it for the sake of that. So this now, I think we're going to start with what I think are the better radios, and we're gonna work our way down. I'm gonna try and find myself on an SDR. Do we have enough time for that? We may just listen to my computer. The Sage. So as far as a full-featured QRP goes, Lab 59 for efficiency's sake's been saving up probably, but I would not buy a Lab 599 in today's market. Do not buy that radio. You're paying $250 due to trade tariffs because of the Ukraine and the Russian war. I do not. Don't buy it. Don't buy one. Yeah, they're great. They're fun. But you're almost at like 705 territory at that point, and the 705 is much more full featured, less efficient, but not that much less efficient that you're probably not totally fine. So what I want to do now is I want to get, this is totally subjective, but I want to get your thoughts on sound quality. So what I thought to do was connect to an SDR and then transmit from these radios and do an audio test. Also, I can just transmit into the dummy load and pick it up on my 7610. That might give us a better return, possibly, without the atmospheric distortions. So we may just go with that. So let me see if we can set that up. Well, how's it going, everybody? I'm sweating balls. We're in the peak of August, which is pretty much the hottest season in summertime here in California. And buddy, it is a hot one. But how's it going? Should we take a vote on how it's going? I don't know. What do you want to take a vote on, Nathan? Vote in chat for what? Yeah, I don't care what your thoughts are on the Ukraine war or Russia. I don't care. And I don't mean the Ukraine. All I'm saying is the trade tariffs are just a thing. People are paying more. Vote not to... Okay, let's... I don't need to vote because it's just going to take a long time. If you want to try the SDR, we can try the SDR. What the heck? Fine. Where is it? Okay. Let's see. Do we still have... I was getting picked up on this before. We might not be able to do voice. So we'll try voice first. Let's do... You can hear it, right?
CQ, parked on the air. This is Kilo 5, the Uniform Bravo Echo. Calling CQ Coda.
It's as loud as it's going to get.
0556.
The Bug Killer, will the after chat be on YouTube? Yes, it will. Absolutely. And actually, I got something fun. I think we're going to do a live react to a video that's come out that's been very popular. Let's see if we can make a contact with this POTA station. What the heck? I'm already on frequency. Well, where's he at? 330?
Okay, roger that. You're good 5-7. My signal into 450.
I am going to go in with the probably the beefiest radio here, the FX4C.
Oh, you're welcome. We're having a lot of fun. This is Kilo 5, Uniform Bravo Echo.
So long as I can find its mic. Here's this tiny mic. Look at its tiny, cute microphone. And I need that RC car connector. There it is.
Kilo 5, Uniform Bravo Echo, parked on the air. CQ.
Where's he at? 3-3? 333? 330. Single sideband, upper sideband. Kilo India 6, November, Alpha Zulu. Love the SDR video. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Christiana, I would stop vaping, but then I would probably start smoking again, and that's worse. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the listening to the podcast. Appreciate it. Where'd my POTA guy go? POTA. Station. Where'd he go?
November 3, Mike Foxtrot, Lima.
I will when we get to that point, but... We just heard that POTA station. What happened to him? Oh no! We lost the POTA station. 14328. All right. And yes, I'll mute myself in a second. I don't hear him. Okay, so let me go.
November 3, Mike Foxtrot, Lima.
That was my concern. I don't think I'm making it to this SDR. I was making it earlier tonight, but not right now. Man! See, now you got me SDR hunting. All right, hold on. Let's find another SDR. So, for those that don't know, I like to use Kiwi SDR. This is the map for Kiwi SDR. If you just Google Kiwi SDR, all one word, map, it'll likely go straight to it. But if for some reason you end up on just the kiwisdr.com website, there's a map link right there, right off the main page. You can see it there. and it'll bring up this page, and then you can just go in and find another station to pull from. I've found that the Utah stations are pretty good. I generally do a pretty good job of hitting Minneapolis, St. Paul area, Michigan, also down in Florida. The Rockies seem to cause me a problem, but I can sometimes make it to Utah, so I'm going to try and bring it way back in and see if we can hit them with the QRP, because we are firing QRP out. So it is possible that we're not going to be able to do it on single sideband. We may have to go to CW, which is okay. Also, I think that noise level of S5 is probably a no-go for this. Probably a no-go. We're going to get out of that guy. What the heck? Let's see if I can just short range it to somebody that's in Las Vegas, just so you can hear. An S1 noise floor. I like it. I like it. Let me see. Let's see if we can do it. Sippity sip of the beer. Pretty good. I hope the POTA station to go QRD to watch my videos. Do POTA. All right, here we go. Mute myself. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. I don't think you can hear me at all out there. I wonder if I'm long or I'm short. If anybody heard me transmitting, let me know, because I'd like... Oh! Helps if the antenna is... Hey, Carlos, what's going on? I'm holding Carlos right now. Hope you're doing okay. Are you going to Mountaintopper? On the dang dummy load. Here we go. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Test. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Yowza. We probably aren't going to be able to do it. Maybe I need to move. Unless you guys hear me. I'm on 14330. Anybody hear me? 14330? I'm telling you, we're just going to listen to the radio here in a second. If it... See, this is why we don't vote on things like this. We just let me run my show, because otherwise it takes too long trying to hunt for an SDR. I heard you in the noise floor over here in Ohio, then someone do it straight up on the frequency. Yeah, that's also the other problem. Yeah, we could transmit one time. Hold on. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Test. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I did not mute for that. Okay. Well, I think I'm making the command decision. I'm going to go back on the dummy load. All right. And we're going to pipe some sweet, sweet audio into the stream for everybody. But then... 7-second delay, but I can just hear you. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there is, I guess, a bit of a delay. But I'm listening to it live, and I can't hear myself, so I'm not in there. All right, we're moving on. We're gonna make some forward progress here. I'm going to set this so that you can hear the receiver audio on the 7610, and I've got attenuation up the wazoo for this. Okay, so the audio you're hearing right now is my 7610 on 14.330. And so if I go back here, nope, that's not it. If I go here, I believe Haha, there's my 7610. Okay, so I'm now going to mute, and we're going to listen to my voice through the FT4C. And at the end, we'll do a vote. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Give me a 1 through 9, 9 being the best audio for a single sideband radio, and a 1 being the worst. Okay? Okay.
Kilo Indy.
Hold on, mute.
Kilo Indy to 6, November Alpha Zulu. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, test, test, test. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, test, 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 test.
I feel like 7 is reasonable. What do you guys think? I think 7. Yeah, I think that's fair. Okay, we're going to go to the next single sideband. There's only 2 more single sideband, and then we're CW from there out. I'm going to try this mic to reuse this mic too, potentially. All right, next single sideband. Where in the mother... There it is. I need the... Now, yeah, this is totally subjective test. You guys in the chat are doing this with me. We'll pick a winner at the end, though. I think I already know what the winner's going to be, but we're going to still do it. And CW is probably a thing that is less important to the tone of single sideband, but good lord, cable... Stop. Are you done? Good, okay. Okay, I think I can use the mic, and this is actually nice because we're going to use the same mic. Then the audio quality is more or less related to the radio, because they're going to be the same. I'm getting there. Okay. 14.330, here we go. Gotta be in the right mode. Tough remembering all these intricacies of every radio while using them live. There we go. All right.
Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, test, test, test. Kilo India 6, November Alpha Zulu, test, test, test. That's a big 10-4. That's a big 10-4, rolling down the highway. Rolling.
I get CB mic on that one big time. I know, DL2MAN, I know. I forget. There's a lot to remember. Yes, DL2MAN, yes. Enter is the faster way of doing that, of course. Yeah, actually, I do consider that. That's true, Jody. I do like the. I'll test it without the external mic.
Yes, Batman. You only, inherit darkness. I was born in it.
Yeah, so you get the idea, right? Okay. Let's do it with the. I'm gonna hold this up. I'm gonna have to pick it up a little bit to do.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu test. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu.
I think. Oh, sorry, at the mic.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu test.
I personally think the internal microphone is better than the little mic that we're using right now. Personally, what do you guys think? So give me an external microphone number 1 through 9, and then an internal microphone number 1 through 9. Yeah, I think so. So yeah, that's actually really. I mean, another selling point of this is that you can just buy this radio, and you've got a microphone already there, and you can just use this as a key. External 4, internal 7? 7 for internal, wow. I do have a noise blanker on the 7610. Internal 6, external 4. That's kind of how I feel. I would actually go so far as external 3. Internal 5, external 6. Yeah. Internal 6, external 5. Yeah, I think the external is way worse. Oh, it's the digi-select. There you go. Let's see if that did it.
Test.
Is that better? It was digi-select on the 7610 zone. Okay, so that's that guy. All right, you get the idea. I love this radio, by the way. I'm so glad I have one. Oh, I have 2 now, technically. But orange, I'll probably swap the screen out, my cool blue and yellow screen. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is going in my complete low weight, super high speed, low drag GTF out of town kit that I'm going to be putting together. So look forward to that. All right, because we have to. This actually has a microphone. Okay, let's get that out of here. It's so bad. Yes, Batman. You can see the antenna's like tweaked to the side because it's. All right, I'm gonna go menu. Oh my God. Okay, it's already throwing a tone on the 7610. You can probably hear it. Kilo. Wait, wrong mode. There you go.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu. Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu.
It's like a rave. Hold on, let me turn the mic off. That might have been the problem.
Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu.
That was not the problem. That was not the problem. So bad. So bad. Don't buy this radio. So there you go. And I was going to show you as an example because These are also out in the market. You need to be aware of these as well. Somebody sent me this USDR transceiver. Guess what? It doesn't even work. It transmits. It puts out no power on any band. So I highly would recommend avoiding these because, look, your TrueSDX is already smaller than that. And it does more. Anyway, hopefully I made my point with this. Okay, so let's... I realized I didn't catch the TrueSDX. I think I was going to go 6 and 4, meaning the external... the internal speaker is actually a 6, and the external speaker was a 4. That was my thoughts. All right, let's... what time is it? I'm pretty much out of time, but I will start looking at the board for questions. Guys, drop an @Ham Radio Crash Course or type question and then ask your question. I'll see it in high contrast. Why not? Let's. I know I can probably light up some SDRs with some CW. We'll see if I can do that. And what the heck, we'll try and do a bit of a reverse beacon as well. So I'll put on the 3-bander because it's cute. It's a cutie patootie. I guess I'll straight key it. I'm not a very good straight key, but whatever. And good. No side tone. We have no side tone. That's okay. We probably can work without that. And 14, 50, 51. Question. How did you get the name Ham? New ham here and never found a solid answer. So what I have always believed to be true is there's many people who have different beliefs on this story. But my beliefs on the story is that once upon a time, oh yeah, good point on the battery, thank you. Once upon a time, there were professional telegraphers, not even radio. They were wired telegraphers, people that would go and send telegraphs over wire. The ham aspect of it is the non-professional aspect. And the professional radio telegraphers looked down on the ham radio operators being amateurs and called their Morse fist ham-fisted. That is my belief on what ham comes from. Ham-fisted operators. All right. We do have we're still sitting on this SDR. And what if we put it in CW? We'll do even better. So if I throw it over to 14051 CW, got less than S1, we should be able to make that. Should be. And let's swap that battery. Thank you for the reminder. I'm going to blow up my unicorn radio. We're on the right. Here we go. Again, dummy load for the win. Somebody's on that frequency. What are we going to do? It's... No, that's SDR is no good. This SDR is no good. Yeah, I'm going to get off 51. I can't hear it anyway. Let's... What's going on with Lubbock? What's going on down there in Lubbock, Texas? My friends down in Lubbock. Ooh, that's... Nah, we're not doing that with an S3 noise floor. Somebody's transmitting right now. Ronnie asked the question, what's the best way to learn acronyms related to ham radio? And it's to look them up. I did a video on acronyms. Q codes is one people get hung up on. There's a ton of websites for that. Really, it's just if you hear something you don't understand, look up the answer. S5 noise floor is not doing it. See, I'm looking at the bottom here. Let me remove this out of the way. I'm looking at the bottom here. Super loud noise floor. Got to get off of that. Not going to get us where we need to be. How about that Salt Lake repeater or SDR? Yeah, we'll try. I don't expect a lot. What is this getting caught up on? Stop. All right. Ah, there I am. Okay, yeah, there you go. So I'm making it. Yeah, okay. All right, let me mute this side. All right, so that was S7. S7 on the Mountaintopper 3-bander. That was pretty good. That was really good. I got to get through all these radios, guys, so don't just start replying to me because I'm swapping radios out. Yeah, there you go. That thing's very heavy. All right, so now we're on the SW3 band. Pretty good. Not bad. All right. I think that's where we're going to leave it. I got some updates on. Well, let's look at our numbers here, and we'll do a final tally. So it looks like if you're looking for the lowest draw, the Mountaintopper 4-band, the 3-band on receive is probably the way to go. And the TrueSDX is not far behind. Honestly, the fake SDR is not that far behind either. As far as output power, they all pretty much hit their claims except for the fake SDX. And the FX 4C had the best. Output on 40 meters varied, but generally everybody met their claims except for the fake SDX. I think as far as single sideband audio, the winner for that is it's kind of the FX 4Cs probably did the best, but the TrueSDX definitely held its own, and I think now would be a good time to talk about some of the prices on these radios. So let me go ahead and mute this. Let's take a look at the prices on some of these. So I'm again going to mention link in the description for Adam's amazing antennas. I use them when I'm in the field. You should too. And they're really good for, tiny portable kit radio type things when you're going to go out and have some fun. Work really well with a, just like a fishing rod or something like that you get up in the air, and that's all that really matters to get them on the air. It works pretty well. Okay, links in the description for that. All right, where to buy the TrueSDX? There's a couple of links. The UpTech store is where I bought one of them, and they are now going for an assembled unit is, let's see, assembled $143 for any one of the colors. Gray, blue, orange is what I've got. $143, not bad. The SW3 band or QRP-CW is $188. That's the black one that I showed earlier, like just now. Was my measurement off? TrueSDX draws. Oh, then. Well, we'll test that. I'll come back to that in a second. Thank you, DL2MAN. We need to make sure we get those numbers right. The FX4C is actually pretty expensive. Right now, the creator's website is out of stock. The only way I was able to find it is on eBay. I did link it in the description, but that's the one that's available. Kind of hard to go harder into that. It's around that price, though, $450 up to $600, depending on where you get it. QCX Mini is $55. It's mono-banded. I didn't test it because I don't have really a good working one right now. And then you need a case, so it's about $100 once you go in full, and you have to build it. So keep that in mind. And don't buy it, but that USDX clone is about $100. And I tried to buy one of this one, and they came back and said, would you pay us $10 more for us to ship it? It's like, why are you guys nickel and diming me? Anyway, I don't want to screw this up, so let me go back to the overhead desk, and we'll sort this out. I want to make sure we do this all right, since we got DL2MAN in the house. I got to make sure we're following good practices here. So let me shut this guy down and get that out. I think the only thing this is going to prove is whether this kit was built adequately or not, right? If it draws too much power, then we know that there's a problem. And yes, for everybody still watching, we're going to after chat here on YouTube. So make sure you stick around for that. I'll need probably 10-15 minutes to get that set up, but just an FYI. All right. So maybe it's just my meter, but my meter is showing 0.17. And that could be my meter. Try the green one to compare. Oh, you know what? Why not? Oh, wrong box. That's my second orange one. Never mind. The green one's on the table. Okay. Swapping out. Yeah. Same. So maybe it's my meter. Maybe I have to invest in a new meter. What do you think? Somebody tell me in the chat. Is it my Oh, so gotcha, DL2MAN. Now this is the uptick. This green one is the uptick, the pre-assembled uptick, not a kit. But I hear you. I got it. This was the row waves, but we're looking at 1.9. Hope that's not disappointing you. I'm sorry, DL2MAN. I'm sorry. Hey guys, we'd love it if you joined us over on the Discord after chat. That's where the real work gets done in answering your questions live on Discord in a voice chat, so you can ask exactly what you need to know, and we're there to help. That's why we do it. So I think I'm gonna get wrapped up here, or start wrapping up. This was this was a lot to set up, a lot of radios to try and corral and get all squared away. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. I think what's the takeaway? I think if you buy any one of the radios we looked at, you're probably going to enjoy yourself. I will give you a mention. Where is... Oh, we're missing a radio. That's why. I wondered how I got through that list so fast. Hold on. Let's... So let me go back here. So the Mountaintoppers are the one that I will mention are probably the hardest to get. They're generally pretty rare to find, and the 3-bander that I showed is pretty much unobtainium. It's kind of like a unicorn radio at this point. The 4-banders when they're in stock, $350, which is not cheap. You're literally buying more than two TrueSDXs from that, but and it's CW only. But they're pretty well loved, so keep that in mind. K6ARK not available. Should be. There's a couple of different ones available. Anyway, keep the link, and you guys will be able to get it eventually. So I hope that all worked out well. I would tell you, you know what? If you're interested in hyper portable, super tiny radios, I'm gonna give the nod to the TrueSDX. I think is a solid performer. I didn't show it, but I did make the K6ARK SMA version of the antenna. So there it is in all its glory. I just need to bodge up the length of cable for 40 watts. He already has a video out on this if you're interested. And he said he's shipping kits this week, so they're there. So I just like Adam. You know, he's a friend of mine, and I really support all his ingenuity that he puts out there for the hams. But anyway, TrueSDX, I think is a solid buy. And I really do like the SW 3-bander. The downside, though, is this is CW only, right? So this is CW only. This does both. We already found that the internal mic's pretty good. The speaker is kind of an add-on. It does it, and that's cool that it does it, but you need headphones. You really do. And the FX4, the FX4C is really cool, but you have to keep in mind that, like much like all of this stuff, you have to start adding batteries along with all of this, and that can get a bit tiresome, right? it's all extra stuff you have to carry into the field, so keep that in mind. Anyway, that's my thoughts. When you join me on the after chat, we're gonna do another demonstration. Got a couple of radios, and we're gonna do a live react too. We're going to demonstrate the quirky QRP keychain. We'll do a transmit power test on the 9-volt QRP keychain, transmitter only. But there you go. That's the smallest radio I own. Just in case you didn't believe that I could have a smaller radio. That's it. There she is. QRP keychain. And we were going to do that live react on a YouTube video, which I have been asked many times to talk about. And we talked about it on the podcast, so you already know. All right. Okay, very good. We're going to say thank you to the patrons. Kind over 60 minutes. Yeah, hour and a half. I hope you guys had fun. Patrons, thank you so much for the support. You're literally the reason why I can do these videos and keep hopefully doing interesting things that help out ham radio operators. That's the point of it. So if you want to help me out, check out Patreon. It's a better way to do things than YouTube generally. So you also get a bit of a you get some perks that go along with that, like my monthly newsletter, first crack at all the videos I post, and at certain levels, some swag. And I think we've got another set of stickers coming out because every time I update stickers, I send that out to the producers. So thanks everybody for the support. I appreciate it. Let's see. Yes, it is your fault, Nathan, with the we should do this democratically and vote. We will have no votes. Although while we do this, I will make a vote actually. So oh, it's only yes, no. I hate that. I'm gonna narrow it down to 2. Best. I don't know, man. I don't think we're gonna have a vote. I can't narrow it down. EA3IEK, I appreciate it. I saw your chats earlier in the show. Thanks for listening. I appreciate it. Sorry for having it so late, but thanks for staying up. Appreciate you. Yeah, what do I want to do? Okay, we did that. Thank you, patrons. Appreciate your support. All right, we're going to wrap it up and go into the Discord. Link is in the description. If you join us on the Discord, there's a bit of a delay in your being able to talk in the live stream chat, which is scroll down to the bottom. You'll see live stream. And that's just so that we keep the bots away. It's not because we're trying to keep you away. Just give it a minute, and you'll be able to pop up in there. And that's where we ask. Otherwise, you hit me up in the text chat. You can ask your questions there. If you don't want to get on the mic, that's fine too. I am Josh, KI6NAZ. I hope you enjoyed whatever this craziness was. I think hopefully you get a better idea of what some of the radios are good at versus not up to claims. Generally, I'm pretty surprised. All of them performed pretty well. So, until I taught you again, 73. Enjoy the memes. See ya. Oh, Ham Radio DX. Go to Ham Radio DX. Go to Ham Radio DX. Go. We'll watch you. We'll watch you on the live stream, Aiden. Ham Radio DX is the name. He is the man. Go check him out. You can search on YouTube Ham Radio DX and you'll find him. I have to go back and look at his chat room now and see how many people said hello from the HRCC. How far back do I have to go? All right. I'll catch you on the after chat. Thanks, everybody.